Hey guys, today's video is going to be about the new L'Oreal Pro Matte foundation, the Infallible line that they have. I'm going to be filming my demo and throughout the day how it wears, and this is actually going to be a first impressions. I bought this originally and it was a color too dark for me, so I had to go back to the store and pick up a lighter shade. The first shade I purchased was the 103 and this one is the shade lighter 102. So that's one thing I could actually tell you straight off the bat, that usually when I buy foundations I have a spectrum where I buy the third lightest color. But in this situation when I did that, it was the darkest, so I had to go one up. So if you are regularly like a medium, I would just pick up the lightest shade from there. This was priced at $14.99 at Ulta, which I kind of believe already is a little bit overpriced for the product. I also picked up the Maybelline Fit Me foundation and that was $7.99, so that's half of the price of this foundation. So that's just a con going straight into it, that it was a little bit overpriced. So on the packaging they just say that they have a demi matte finish, a 24-hour wear, and they have medium coverage and it is air light. One thing I could just tell you straight off the bat, maybe 24 hours is a long time to be wearing foundation. I'm the type of person that is very oily, so foundations tend to break up on me maybe 2 hours. So if it could last 5 or more hours, that's how I could tell it's a good foundation. So I'll be testing that today. The finish, I could tell you that it is matte. I do feel that it is mattifying across my T-zone, and that's the oiliest part of my face. I am oily combination, so I do have dry spots in my cheeks, my chin. You do have to moisturize and exfoliate because it will cling on to your dry patches if you don't. Since it is so mattifying, it will increase the visibility of your dry skin. Definitely moisturize and exfoliate when you can. Texture, it is air light. It is easy to apply, but I will just say that it is very fast drying. I applied it and dotted my whole face, and it dried so fast that it just left like orange spots all over my face. So that's one thing that you do have to kind of work with quickly. Another thing, they do claim medium coverage, which I could say that it is, and it is buildable. But my personal preference, if I need to build up my foundation, I'd rather not do that. I'd rather just go in with a concealer and cover any blemishes that the foundation did not cover well. So that's one thing that you will see in the video. I see that it did cover my redness well. It did even on my skin tone, so that is good. But like I said, the little blemishes that I have right here, it didn't cover that. So I did have to go back in and finish my makeup with concealer. When I was looking at the price information on Ulta, they had a little pro tip at the bottom that said if you want to apply this properly, you could actually pat the foundation into your T-zone rather than rubbing it in. So that's for those of you that apply their foundation with their fingers. I usually do, that's my preference, but today I used my Expert Face Brush by Real Techniques. So it's a nice little kabuki brush that I use to just buff in the foundation. So I actually did that before reading the pro tip online on Ulta, and I will be trying that later on a different occasion. Like I said, I do like to use my fingers, so that would be a good thing to test out. On the website also it mentions that it has high water content for maximum comfort on your face. In their eyes, the higher water content is not going to make it feel as heavy on the face and not as cakey looking. So saying that, I suggest as soon as you open the package, I would just shake it well, because as soon as I pumped it out, it just came out like a little watery to my hand. So that's just one thing to look at when you are testing out the product for the first time. So I will be wearing this throughout the day. I applied it about an hour ago. It is 11:47 right now, so I will be coming back and showing you guys the progress throughout the day. First, I will show you the demo, how it applied, and how my skin looked like, so stay tuned. Hey guys, so I just wanted to give you an update on how the foundation is wearing. It's been exactly 3 hours since I've applied it, and so far so good. It does not look oily, it just is appearing more skin-like, and my natural oils are just mixing in with the foundation and just making it look more natural as each hour goes by, so that's definitely a good thing. I didn't really expect it to live up to the 24-hour claim, but it is still holding up after 3 hours. Like I mentioned before, it usually the foundations usually don't last past the second hour, so this is a good testament of it. Just wanted to change the angle a little bit so you could see how it's wearing. So far so good. And like I said, it's just looking like skin, so definitely a good foundation so far. Let's see how it wears for the rest of the day. So just wanted to give you guys a final update on this product. I wore it yesterday. I actually did 2 demos. So I wore it yesterday using a brush, but then I also wanted to try it out just using my fingers. When I used it with a brush, I found that it didn't really apply well. So when I applied it with my fingers, I found that it did apply a lot better, and it ended up lasting more throughout the day with the second application. The product review says to use your fingers to pat it into your skin. Now, it isn't like a primer where it's colorless, so if you do pat it onto your skin, you will eventually need to rub it in. So I think that that's something that you have to actually work into your skin and not just pat it on top. I tried patting it in, and it just sat there and created little fingertip blotches onto my skin. So definitely rub it in, even though the Sephora website or Ulta website says to just pat it on. So like I mentioned, I used it with a brush. Now the brush just didn't feel like it covered everything well, and my fingers were actually a better method of applying the product. Overall, the product wore well for about 3-4 hours, and within the 5th hour it appears to be a little bit oily. So this is actually the 5th hour with the fingertip method, and you could see that around my nose it is a little bit oily, and my forehead a little bit as well. So that's the 5th hour, which still to me is pretty good considering that after 2 hours the L'Oreal True Match would be completely oily on me. So being that this is a matte foundation, I find that it is holding up to its claim as being mattifying and oil controlling. So those were my thoughts on the foundation. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!